7 years ago, if someone had told me that my future sister-in-law would one day be in jail for trying to poison me while I was pregnant, at my own husband's birthday party no less, I would have laughed. The idea was so absurd, so far removed from the reality I thought I was building with my then-fiancé Harry, that it wouldn't have even crossed my mind. But life, as I've learned, has a way of smacking you in the face with the unimaginable when you least expect it. My name is Claire, I'm 29, and this is a story of love, betrayal, manipulation, and ultimately, justice. But more than that, it's a story of protecting your peace, your family, and your sanity from someone who will stop at nothing to destroy it. When I first met Kayla, Harry's sister, I liked her. She had that magnetic charm that draws people in, a quick wit, and an effortless beauty that made her seem untouchable. She laughed easily, hugged warmly, and smiled like she meant it. Back then, I was naive enough to take all of that at face value. But time and proximity has a way of peeling back layers. What I eventually found beneath that polished exterior was something much darker. Kayla was toxic, manipulative, and obsessed with controlling her brother's life. I had tried for years to stay on her good side. I made every effort to include her, support her, and treat her like the sister I never had. But Kayla wasn't interested in being loved. She was interested in being worshipped. Anyone who came close to Harry was a threat, and I, unfortunately, had become her primary target. Before I came into the picture, Kayla had a strange history of meddling in Harry's relationships. At 17, he dated one of her best friends. Not because he liked her, but because Kayla kept pressuring him to give her friend a chance. He broke it off eventually, overwhelmed by how unnatural the relationship felt. Years later, at 23, she tried setting him up again with someone else from her circle. When Harry refused, she threw a tantrum, cried to their parents, and claimed that she just wanted him to be with someone she felt comfortable with. But thankfully, their parents didn't coddle her the way she expected. When Harry and I began dating, Kayla wasn't thrilled, but she played nice, at first. Over time, though, her mask slipped. She'd bring up Harry's ex-girlfriends around me constantly. She'd scroll through Instagram, showing him updates about their lives, praising them, suggesting he catch up with them. The passive-aggressive digs were relentless. Harry asked her multiple times to stop, but each time he did, she'd twist it around, claiming I was just jealous and insecure. Things got worse when we got engaged. Kayla lost her composure entirely. During our engagement announcement dinner, while everyone else clapped and cheered, she stood up abruptly and stormed out. Later that night, she called Harry sobbing, accusing him of betraying her because she had to find out about the engagement with everyone else. She claimed that as his only sister and closest female relative, she deserved to be told first. Then she sent me a text, a chilling, passive-aggressive message filled with thinly veiled threats and advice on how to treat her brother properly. That message made me uneasy for weeks. Still, I kept the peace. I let her be part of the wedding preparations. She came to my dress fittings and bridal shower, offering unsolicited and often rude opinions. She criticized everything, from my centerpieces to my wedding gown. At one point, she even mocked my choice of flowers in front of my mother-in-law. That was my breaking point. I told her to her face that I no longer wanted her at the wedding. She looked stunned, genuinely stunned, that I'd finally stood up to her. Harry backed me. So did his parents. They all knew what she was like. She reluctantly apologized over text. I ignored it. I didn't want drama before my wedding, and I had no interest in entertaining her anymore. But she came to the wedding anyway. While everyone respected the pink and pastel dress code, Kayla showed up in a long, black, floor-length gown with a veil. She looked like she was mourning, and she made a point to tell everyone that she was grieving the loss of her brother to another woman. It was bizarre. It was humiliating. And it was the last straw for Harry's parents, who escorted her out mid-reception. After that, I avoided her entirely. When I gave birth to our son Nate, I told Harry I didn't want her anywhere near him. Kayla protested, but my in-laws supported me. They knew exactly why I didn't feel safe with her around my newborn. 2 years ago, Kayla had a miscarriage. She was with a man named Jamie, and they were trying to conceive. Despite everything, Harry and I felt bad for her. We thought the trauma might humble her. We let her come around more, especially since she was kind to Nate. Or so we thought. For a few months it seemed like she had changed. She laughed more. She offered to help. But it was all a ruse. The old Kayla came roaring back. She constantly complained about her life, her job, her friends, her manager, her neighbors. It was always someone else's fault. She took no responsibility for her choices. She even made remarks implying that I was unfaithful to Harry, just because I went to the gym every morning and occasionally brought a change of clothes. It was disgusting. Then came the prenup conversation. During a family lunch, she asked, out of nowhere, if Harry and I had signed a prenup. We were stunned. Harry explained we both made good money and trusted each other. Kayla scoffed and said he was being naive. Then she insinuated that Nate might not even be Harry's son. I've never seen Harry explode like that. His face turned red with fury. He called her a disgrace. He told her she didn't deserve to be a mother. He said the child she lost was better off in heaven than being raised by someone like her. She ran to the bathroom in tears. Nobody followed. That was the final conversation we ever had with her, until Harry's birthday this year. We found out I was pregnant again. Unexpected but joyful news. We decided to announce it at Harry's birthday party, hosted in my in-laws' backyard. Family and close friends gathered. We were glowing. Everything was perfect. Then Kayla showed up. She was all smiles and apologies. She claimed she'd been in therapy and wanted to make amends. Harry, trying to avoid a scene, nodded politely. I did too. She handed me a plate of food and said, "Let me serve you today, Claire. I want to make up for everything." I smiled cautiously. Then I looked down and saw shrimp on the plate. I'm allergic to shrimp. I didn't eat it, of course. I set it aside. That's when Jamie approached me to say hello and noticed I wasn't eating. I explained the shrimp allergy, and he offered to take the plate since he loved shrimp. I let him. 5 minutes later, he was on the floor, convulsing. The party came to a halt. An ambulance was called. As he was taken to the hospital, everyone was in shock. Kayla screamed at me, demanding to know why I gave her husband my food. That's when it clicked. That plate was meant for me. Jamie had been poisoned. At home, my in-laws, who had outdoor cameras, reviewed the footage. It clearly showed Kayla handing me that plate. When confronted, I broke down. I told them everything. Harry was enraged. His parents were horrified. The next day, they turned the footage over to the police. Kayla was arrested. She confessed immediately. She admitted she had mixed a tiny amount of rat poison into my plate. Enough to make me sick, not to kill me, she claimed. She was angry because she was also pregnant and had planned to announce her pregnancy at the party, but felt I had stolen her moment. Jamie filed for divorce and pressed charges. Kayla is now serving time. She's been charged with food tampering, attempted assault, and endangering life. She tried to guilt her parents into helping her, pleading that they do it for their granddaughter. But they refused. My in-laws are done enabling her. As for me, our daughter was born healthy. Nate is a wonderful big brother. We're moving forward, but I still feel the weight of what happened. I can't eat food I didn't make. I flinch every time I see shrimp. I'm in therapy now, trying to heal from the trauma. But I'm proud of how we protected our family. And I'll never again doubt that sometimes, the people who smile the brightest are hiding the darkest intentions.